Hey Bermuda, this is You Got a Problem. I'm your host, Lamarcio I. This is a show dedicated to understanding social norms, social problems, things that are happening in Bermuda. I want to find out some things that make things tick. I have questions about a lot of stuff, and I want to know how people feel about these certain things. This whole episode is going to be dedicated to conscription. Why do we still have it? I'm going to find out, I'm going to ask some people how they feel about conscription. I want to see where they stand on this, because I don't think we need it.
Views on conscription when it comes to the regiment?
Regiment?
Conscription when it comes to the regiment?
What do you mean?
I think that's wrong. Like, what that means actually, like, you gotta get drafted.
In terms of where I stand on conscription, I am against conscription.
I'm opposed to conscription.
I'm against conscription. I'm not for it, not gonna lie. I don't agree with it.
Conscription is, to me, it's just a young man's doing his part and his duty to serve the country under the confines of the Constitution.
That is grade A, politically correct. Conscription to you as not conscription, okay? You can try to make it as nice and happy as you want it. That's not what conscription is. Conscription is enlistment required by law, usually for the military. Whole thing about that is usually conscription is implemented when you don't have enough volunteers during wartime. So what are you talking about? Oh, well, this is just required. No. Conscription is supposed to be implemented during wartime. That's it. Like, I don't know, where do you get that answer from? I mean, there's more people that speak like this, so I'm gonna find them and we're gonna have a little fun.
Are you worrying about conscription? Or are you just gonna volunteer when you turn 18? Or you have something else planned? No comment? Okay, he said no comment on that one.
I went to the regiment. I think it was a good thing for me. I wasn't against it per se.
I went through it, so, and I survived, but I can understand how some people wouldn't want it, because being forced against your will is not a nice thing. So, no real opinion on that, because I already went through it, so.
Regiment, I don't even pay attention to the Army, so I couldn't even really tell you. Real talk, if whoever wants to do the Army, let them be in the Army.
I'm very biased. I used to be in the regiment. I'm glad that I'm out now.
I have no issue with drafting into the military.
Not necessarily drafted. If they want to volunteer, if they want to go in there by their own free will, then they should. But if they don't want to, I don't think they should force them to do that.
I think that they should have to be forced. I think the government should make them go.
I don't agree with that because you shouldn't be made to do that if you don't want to.
I'm from South Africa, and we used to have conscription in South Africa, but the country did away with it, and I think personally it's only done the country good, so I can come from that point of view.
From what I heard, most guys that have done it, they do wish that it was better, wish they didn't have to do, wish it was voluntary, same with the women, as for women.
I think it's a good thing to be drafted and to actually be a part of the regiment. You learn a lot.
Well, I've been in the regiment by conscription. I mean, if the regiment had something to offer people, then they wouldn't have to conscript, perhaps. I don't know. But I don't think that conscription is the way to go.
Right, now I have some of people's views on conscription. I want to get to understand, why do people think that it is necessary to enforce conscription? Why do they think that this is the only way to get things done? I'm going to start asking a certain bunch of people that feels really strongly about it, and they want to present their points. And I'm going to see if I can find the problems with these points.
A young man should have to be drafted to the regiment for that allotted amount of time. I feel like it's good. I don't feel like it could hurt. I feel like some of these boys need some more discipline.
I think it's good that a lot of these young people get drafted. I think it's good for them. It's a lot going on. I think it's a good thing. We need some discipline, especially with the young people. So I think it's a good thing.
There are some benefits to military service. Some people need the discipline to get in the regiment. Not everyone does, but socially I feel that if it was made voluntary, it would be a lot better for Bermuda.
Exactly. Socially, for the country, it would be better if you made it voluntary, if you actually took the time out to say, hey, what can I do to change this? Hey, what can I do to do something for my country? Hey, what can I do in your own choice instead of being forced this upon you? If you don't benefit from going to there, then go there. I'm not telling you no one should go there. If you want to go there, you feel like you should go there, you're going to take a chance, see what's there, try it. Okay? But to have someone literally mandated for you, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Let's see what else we have.
I think to lump it with a civil rights, I think that's a stretch.
Just remove conscription from the equation. And so you have a volunteer group of people who want to be there. Do you not understand how this works?
Maybe a little bit tough, but I think it's ways that you can go about enforcing conscription other than jail time and all that type of stuff. So
enforcing conscription without jail time, so you're fining people for saying no. I'm gonna fine you for saying no. That sounds right to me. Pay money for having your own opinion.
It's a stretch for me to think that it's a human rights violation, because you're not being put into servitude in a prison situation. You're being put into servitude on behalf of the country.
Hold up. I think the simple fact that you're saying that they're being put into servitude is the actual problem. Okay? You shouldn't say they're being put into servitude, but that sounds like something else I heard of. People being put into servitude against their will. It sounds really similar to me. What is it? I know I've heard of it, but someone being put into servitude against their will. Really? Let's see what else this guy has to say.
You can flee, you can jump on a boat and bolt out and not be involved in the action.
If you don't like it here, don't like how it's set up, you can leave. Instead of actually changing the legislation itself, leave, get off the island, get out of here, get. That's the attitude that is being portrayed here. Don't like it here, get out. You don't belong in this island because you don't like the way things are run here. That's a problem. That's a huge problem for me. Because the law is not representing everyone fairly. I'm going to see what else we have.
But what are they doing that they don't want to go? Because half of the young men who don't want to go, you're not in school. You're just here. So what are you doing that you can't go? That's my question to young men who don't want to go. You ain't doing nothing.
I got one. Trying to get a job. Trying to be employed. That sounds great. How's that one?
What are you doing that's so important that you can't go and be, a part of the army? Our army. Because I don't think we're going to go to war, but,
Would your attitude change if we went to war?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I think I'm going to stop on this one for a bit. I'll see you after these messages.